Hey everyone, a few days ago I had the amazing opportunity to interview the great Victor Wooten. Victor is a 5-time Grammy-winning bassist, teacher and author who's had an incredible solo career as well as being a member of Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, collaborations with jazz greats like Chick Corea, and more recently, even some metal credits, which we'll definitely be getting into. He's also my biggest inspiration as a bassist, so I felt really lucky to be invited to perform and teach at his Music and Nature camp a few days ago, which was like nothing I've ever seen before. So please join me in welcoming the one and only Victor Wooten.
Well, yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this interview.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for...
And for inviting me to this camp. It's nothing like anything I've seen before.
Thank you. It's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say that your approach to teaching music is maybe pretty unique. What do you think led you to have this more maybe immersive approach?
Sure.
And what do you think are the advantages of this kind of teaching over a more like academic approach?
Well, I think both approaches are necessary.
Okay.
But we didn't learn to talk through academics.
Yeah.
We learned to talk through talking with two people. To use a musical term, we learned to talk by jamming with people.
Yeah.
And we, as babies, we were never forced to only jam with other babies.
Right.
Like in academics, you're a beginner, you play with other beginners. When we're talking as babies, we're jamming with the professionals. We're jamming with the best all the time, and we're never told we're wrong. Never.
Yeah.
In other words, if we say a word wrong, like blanket, we say blanky. Our parents adopt our way of doing it.
Yeah.
So we learn to speak through freedom.
Right.
And a lot of the times, the academic way of learning is through practice, which is good. We need to practice. But I think practice comes once you can already kind of do something. And then we get better at it. But if we don't get to be free with what we're learning, it can stifle the love of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you think there needs to be some exploration and jamming before you get to the academic side of things?
1000%.
Yeah.
Just play some songs. Because what does C major mean?
Right.
If you're learning the notes of C major, but you don't know a song in C major.
Yeah.
Right? You learn to spell words you already know. That's how you learn spelling.
Yeah.
But in music, we start with spelling before you even know what the word is.
Right.
So to me, it's backwards, but it does work.
Right.
I believe it's just a slower process.
Okay. Have you done much academic practice and learning yourself, or do you usually try to improve and prepare for things through a more experiential way?
Both.
Okay.
Definitely both.
Yeah.
I think we need both.
Yeah.
And we need to find the balance of both.
Yeah.
But in the same way, I talk about talking, I use that as the model. We learn to talk first for many years, and then we learn how to spell. We learn different versions of the words, and we learn about thesauruses, and we learn English theory, I might say.
Yeah.
But it's after we can talk that we learn it. A lot of the times in music education, you want to learn that theory first before you can play. And to kind of contradict what I'm saying, one of my things, I wish I had learned music theory earlier in my life.
Okay.
But you have to remember, well, you should know I started playing in a band with my brothers literally at 2. You know, but I was literally, it sounds weird, and I'm not trying to brag, but unless I'm bragging on my brothers. They had me playing gigs before I started kindergarten.
Okay. Yeah.
Literally. The only thing I've ever done, Charles.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever done is play bass in a band.
Yeah.
Right? So it wasn't academic when I was learning to play music. It was totally experiential.
Yeah.
Just like learning to talk.
What makes you feel like you wish that you'd studied theory earlier? Like, is there something that happens when you're in the middle of a live performance where you suddenly wish that you'd studied theory earlier on? Or?
Yeah, all of the above. One experience was that playing with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. We saw Bela here today, right?
Yeah.
Bela would give us a solo. Every musician on stage would get a chance to do a solo. Everybody would leave stage and I get to play. And I would get sick of hearing myself. Just, same stuff over and over.
Yeah.
And I knew some theories, but I could, like, the show would end with Sinister Minister all the time. Big bass feature. I just got sick of hearing myself,
Yeah.
But I was able to use theory to find out what else I could play. Oh, look at these chords. Oh, wow. My ear doesn't tell me hear that yet, but if the theory's right, wow, I can use it. But my theory works, but it's still slow.
Okay.
And I wish I had learned it early so that was faster. I can't think theory while I'm playing.
Yeah.
I can do theory off the stage and come back and play it.
Right.
My reading is pretty good if I've been doing it for a while.
Okay. So you don't think about theory too much when you're playing?
I can't.
Yeah. What do you think about when you're playing live?
The feel, the
Okay.
groove. What do I want to? It's sort of like when I talk, I'm not thinking I need an adjective.
Yeah.
It's that I need a word to describe, and playing music a lot with other people. It's easier because talking to other people, you ask me a question, it gives me something to talk about. We're jamming right now,
Yeah.
So talking with other people is kind of easier. A lot of what I'm thinking about is what I want to musically say to the audience. How can I express what I feel, or how can I give you what I think you want to feel?
So would you say it's more of a feeling that comes out through your playing as opposed to thinking actual thoughts in your head of like, okay, now I'm gonna play this emotion? It's more like you're just feeling them and they just come out of
feeling it, and it just comes out. It's as close to talking as I can get.
Yeah.
For me, it's another verbal language.
Right.
Except we call it music.
Yeah.
And like when we're talking, we may have an idea of what we want to say, but usually it just kind of comes out on its own. We're not thinking of every word.
Yeah.
And we're definitely not thinking nouns, verbs, participles.
Yeah.
Right? We just know it so well that we don't have to think about that. But when I need the English theory, I need a new adjective, I know how to do it.
Right.
I can get a thesaurus, I know English theory, we all do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I know it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I learned it early. Reggie taught Joseph and me. Joseph's next to the youngest. I'm the youngest. Reggie's the oldest. He taught us theory in a different way. He would say, this song is in the James Brown key.
Okay.
I never knew it was D Dorian until here. My first theory camp was in 2010.
Yeah.
That's when I learned, oh, that's D Dorian?
Right.
All right. But I was trying to learn theory from a book, and I was frustrated. And I was frustrated because I could play,
Yeah.
But when I got here and I had Anthony Wellington and Bob Franceschini and other guests coming in, I'd sit in the back and take lessons. And they made it so simple that I actually learned another version of what I instinctively already knew.
Right.
The same way you learn English theory, you already know these words.
Yeah. But you just learn the names of the things that you've already been using your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also to take me further too.
Yeah.
When you get into different things and secondary dominance and things like that, and then you start learning these things, and then you can analyze a Stevie Wonder song and see what he's really doing and things like that. Now, I did learn to read music in the 6th grade.
How important do you think reading music is as a musician nowadays? Because people often write music and never actually write it down on paper, and people learn things by ear all the time. Sure. So you might not need it necessarily in a professional setting, but do you think it's still a really valuable skill to have?
Totally valuable.
Yeah.
Totally. And I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
In the same way that I don't read books every day, but I should know how to read English.
Yeah.
Right? Even street signs on the road, reading English is so powerful, and we know that we need it. If you're going to be a musician, you need it also.
Yeah.
And I like to say is that if you can't read, there are gigs you're not getting, and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how well you play. If it's a reading gig, you're not getting called.
Right.
And so we don't even know. But whether you get a gig reading or not, it's valuable, because the same way I can read a book, a regular book, and take a journey around the world, You can do that with music if you can read.
It gives you a deeper understanding, I think, of music too.
Yes.
When you see it all laid out, I think it lets you analyze it in a different way than if you just listen. And
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I agree with you totally. And as much as I love music, I want to know it from every angle.
yeah,
You know, I'm not a tab guy, but I want to know how to read it because there's things that tab can show that regular notation can't.
right.
But I usually push notation because you're not going to walk onto a gig and someone's going to hand you tab.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's some things tab can show you. If there's an A written, there's a bunch of places I can play an A on my bass.
Yeah,
But tab will show me 5th fret A. Oh, that's how he did it.
right.
That's how Charles got that fingering. I was playing the open A. you know?
Yeah,
So the tab can show you that stuff. And so I like it for that. But learn notation. Again, to repeat, you're not going to go to a gig and they go, here's your tab for the night. It's not going to happen.
I think at the very beginning it can make things a little bit less daunting. But switching to notation at some point is very important.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
I have some questions from my subscribers.
All right.
Because I told them I'm going to be
Nice.
interviewing you, and I wanted to see what their questions would be.
All right.
Have you ever fallen out of love with the bass? And if so, what did you do about it?
No, I haven't fallen out of love with the bass. There are times where I don't feel like playing.
Okay.
And like music, there needs to be space in it.
Yeah.
You know, I if I can, I take breaks. But I urge you, take a break. Go out and do something else. Go take a hike, go surfing, just do something else because music is not about music. We don't write a song about the 1 chord going to the 4 chord. We want to work up to the 5.
Yeah.
Music's about life.
Yeah.
If you have no life, what's your music about?
Yeah.
So I say if you're starting to feel that falling out of love, put the bass down if you can afford to. Let's take a trip to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And get inspired, do something. And that's what this camp is about. That's why they make fires with sticks. They do blindfolded exercises.
Yeah.
Not so much that now we're going to play about that, but you have a different experience. You're going to bring that experience back to the bass. I may not write a song about rubbing sticks together to make a fire,
Yeah.
but I'm different when I do this exercise.
Yeah.
If I only sit in a room and do the same thing over and practice every day, I think I'm going to grow. I might learn techniques faster, but what am I going to say when I write a song about sitting in a room practicing?
Yeah.
Now you have to get out of that room to get inspired by life.
Yeah.
So long answer, but no, I haven't fallen out of love, but I have been down. Yeah, and this was a time in the early 80s where us brothers, the 5 Wooten brothers, went through this bad record deal with Arista.
Okay.
This producer was producing Whitney Houston's first record, an early record from Kenny G, and these 5 boys from Virginia. And our record never happened. So here I am living at home. 2 of my brothers are in New York on tour with that producer. I'm at home. I know nothing except music.
Right.
But I'm living under my parents' roof, and I got to get a job. I got to do something. I was walking to get a job. A public bus drove by, and a gentleman in the back of the bus that I can still see, but he was a stranger, waved at me. I don't know why, but it washed me like a baptism. That wave woke me up to something. And I turned around and went home. Haven't been that down since.
Wow.
Don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But I also found out that the amusement park in Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia, Busch Gardens, needed a bluegrass fiddle player.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's 4 strings. I went to my high school, borrowed a fiddle. I was about 16. I learned some fiddle tunes, Orange Blossom Special. Started playing bluegrass fiddle at the amusement park.
I had no idea.
You know, there's a video on YouTube somewhere.
Really?
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. But it's there. But it wasn't my favorite time in my life.
Okay.
But my parents always taught us boys to do a good job. When I'm down, I find something that I can do well. That's my way out of it.
Okay.
If I don't see the way out, My goal's way out there. I bring it in. What can I do here? What can I do here? I don't see it. What can I do here? Oh, put that chair back away. And I do something good. Then I find another thing to do good. And it seems like life always rewards me.
So you just try and take one small step at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We call it here win the day.
Right.
But it's a small step.
Yeah.
Success is usually, we look at success as something big in the future. I have learned to make my success whatever I'm doing next. Like when we finish this, I'm gonna put these chairs away.
Yeah.
No one has to know, but life knows and it rewards me.
Right.
So for the most part, I haven't been down like that again.
What are you listening to at the moment, and who are your favorite artists and albums?
There's this young guy, red-headed kind of guy, plays the bass, has these videos, has a channel, and I've been listening to him a lot lately.
Nice.
And I'm kind of being funny, but it's true. I follow you, I watch what you do, and it's inspiring because I was that young guy looking at my heroes and learning everything they did. But you're doing it so well. Thanks. I hear people that have listened to me, and I can tell people who have listened to Marcus and Stanley, but not all of them get it. They do get better, but you got it. You're taking it to another place. That inspires me, and I love watching it. I love just sitting back, and it makes me happy to see. But there are a lot of new players. One of my favorites is the Brazilian Michel Pipoquinha, and he's so musical. He has so much technique and talent, but he also plays guitar, and so his harmony is high level, and then he'll just play something so blisteringly fast. So he's another one of my favorites in bass play.
Okay.
But I don't like him just because he plays bass. He's so musical.
Right.
I am a fan of Corey.
Nice.
Corey Wong and all of his musicians. But there's so many great bands. There's a woman that plays piano and sings named Candace Springs.
Okay.
Who's just phenomenal. Lake Street Dive, Samara Joy.
Yeah.
There's so many new young people.
Yeah.
And those are just a few.
Yeah, I like Corey Wong a lot too.
Yeah, I love him a lot. I love the fact that he brought back the importance of rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
He's like made rhythm guitar cool again.
Yeah.
Right? When I grew up, in order to solo, you had to be able to play rhythm guitar first. You know? And that was the thing, it was rhythm guitar. Nile Rodgers, Catfish, which is Bootsy's brother, all the songs had rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
And with the height and invention of the internet, solos became to take more. Because people pay attention and will like the solo, but if you're just playing rhythm, people don't listen as much. But now they do. Right. With Corey.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think, this will sound probably disgraceful, but I'll say it anyway. A lot of the younger musicians are learning to ice the cake before they learn to make a cake.
Right.
And in many cases, you can hear it. You can tell these people, you can tell which ones that haven't played with a band.
I think now maybe there's not quite as many opportunities for performing live, especially for smaller artists who are just starting to make a name for themselves. There's not as many restaurants, bars, clubs that have live music as maybe 30 years ago.
True.
Do you have any tips for people who want to get better at playing live in front of people, but maybe don't have the opportunity to be on a stage on a regular basis?
Sure. Jam at your house.
Okay.
Or at your friend's house. That's what we did when we were kids.
Yeah.
If I knew there was a keyboard player up the street, we were at each other's house.
Yeah.
But because there were 5 of us brothers, it was always our house.
Okay.
I was lucky to literally be born into a band, and I always had people to play with. So I had a big advantage.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that, you can find it. There are musicians guaranteed in your apartment building, in your neighborhood. Get together with them and jam.
Yeah.
Right? If there is a place where there's a Monday night jam session somewhere, here's my suggestion. Learn 3 songs pretty well. Learn them until you're ready to play them. And if you're not ready, you got a dog, play it for the dog.
Yeah.
Right? Just get that little pressure. It could be a fish in a fish tank, but play for someone.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
You got to play for someone, but then go to that jam session and sign up to sit in or whatever. And when they say, what do you want to play? Don't just have one song.
Yeah.
Because if they don't know it, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
But if you know 3 songs fairly well, they'll know one of them. And then play in front of people.
Yeah.
You just have to do it. You can't do it on your own.
That's a skill in itself that needs to be practiced. Like you've got to practice the music, but you also have to practice playing in front of people to get better at that too.
And you have to learn to deal with people, period, to get to play with them.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to go to this jam session, go there a first few times and don't bring your bass.
Sure.
Just compliment the people that did play. Let them recognize you and start to know them by name. Compliment them and become friends. Then show up with your instrument.
Right.
Oh, you play? Yeah. Can I sit in? Of course. And you make friends.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly about how you relate to people. That's what's going to, your skill might open a door, but what'll keep you in the room is how you relate to people.
Right.
And that's a skill that should be practiced at least, but I would even say more than you practice your instrument.
Right.
It's how you relate to people.
Yeah.
Because on tour, we may, if we're lucky, get 3 hours to play music together, but there's still 21 other hours that we got to hang with.
Sure.
And even if you're on a big tour bus, that tour bus gets small very fast.
Yep.
Yeah, and most of us won't start on a tour bus. We're going to be driving a van. You got to learn to deal with people. So practice that too.
Definitely. What do you think about kind of the current state of music production with a lot of digital elements being introduced and now even AI?
Sure.
What do you think about all of these modern advances with music production?
I think the tools are wonderful.
Yeah.
In the same way cars are wonderful. We used to have horse and buggies.
Yeah.
I like my car.
Yeah.
But it's how it's used. I can use my car to run over people or to get where I need to go.
Yeah.
I can use the tools to not learn to be musical. Or I can be musical and use these tools and make something even better. So if the tools are replacing your musicality, I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
But if you're musical anyway with tools, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it because a tool is just a tool. It's how it's used that determines whether it's good or bad.
Right.
So I think the tools are great.
Right.
Right? But how we use it is the key.
So you see optimistic scenario where people might use AI in a musical context and still retain their musicality and use it more as a assistant as opposed to
Bingo.
a replacement.
Bingo. Assisted intelligence.
Yeah.
AI.
Right.
Not artificial. Make it
Yeah.
real. Right? You can use this technology to make it just assist you.
Right.
We're doing it every time we put a map. How do I get here? Put it in the maps.
Yeah.
We used to have to get real maps. And every time you go to cross the state line, you had to go to the gas station and buy a new map,
Right.
But now we have this. I'm happy to have it,
Yeah.
right? I can put my attention somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I use Pro Tools, even though, it may not be the highest quality, but I use it and there's things that really help me remain musical.
What are your do's and don'ts for beginners? Beginner basis, I think.
For beginner basis,
Yeah.
do's is to play with people right away.
Okay.
Not when you think you're good enough.
Yeah.
Be like a baby who talks right away.
Yeah.
They don't wait until they're good enough. Play right away. Don't wait. Play in a way that is enjoyable. Okay? My motto is to play a lot, practice a little. Most people's motto is to practice a lot, play a little. Right? I'm a little backwards. Play a lot, practice a little. So in other words, if I learn a C major scale, in no way am I going to sit there and play that scale over and over.
Yeah.
No more than I'm going to sit there and say 7 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, F, G, and that's going to make me talk better.
Yeah.
You know it won't. All right? Learn the scale and then make a song out of that scale. Even if you're playing the scale, put a rhythm on. Doom, 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 doom,
Right.
doom, 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 doom. That scale's going to become so much fun right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah.
But just playing scales for the sake of scales to me is boring.
Yeah.
I do it because people say I should, and I don't think everybody could be wrong.
Sure.
So I'll do it.
Yeah.
But not as much as I jam with that scale. I can
Right.
get you on the dance floor with a scale.
Okay. Yeah.
But they don't call me the note section. They call me the rhythm section. My method is whatever I'm practicing, I want to make it musical.
yeah.
So I put on a drum machine or I set up a groove with my looping pedal. Even if I'm practicing a scale or modes, I do it in a groove. Can I make this scale swing? Can I make it funky? Can I make it rasta? Can I make it rock?
Yeah.
Because that's what the scale is used for, is to make music.
Yeah.
But in the same way that we don't sit around and practice the alphabet, and even if we do, we know it's not going to make us talk any better.
Yeah.
I don't know that scales make me play any better. This
Okay.
is just me. I know I'm offending a lot of teachers. I don't know that they make me play any better, but because everyone says it, I still do it.
Okay.
Because I don't think everybody's wrong. I admit I might be wrong.
Sure.
So I do it that way, but I do it my way too,
Okay.
which is the way that's going to get me hired
Yeah.
as the rhythm section. But if a teacher teaches you a new word in a language, right? They don't say, go sit in a corner and say that word over and over. Adios. Go repeat that word over. No, you might say that word 3 times.
Yeah.
The next thing your teacher says, now let's use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
So in language, we use it right away. In music, we practice it until we think we're good enough to use it.
Yeah.
I say use it right away. You'll get better, faster. You'll learn to swim faster if you get in the water.
Yeah. It's more fun as well.
Much more.
Yeah. How does your focal dystonia affect your playing now?
Absolutely.
And what do you do to kind of work around
Sure.
it?
Great question. My hands work fine.
Okay.
But when I literally pick up the bass, these 3 fingers curl into a ball.
Yeah.
And they curl under the neck. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So for me to get them on the neck is a struggle. They're doing like that, you know. And so when I get them on the neck, they curl and pull the strings off the fingerboard or pull all my notes sharp.
Yeah.
I can use one finger very well. I can use my index and pinky pretty well.
Yeah.
So it's very, very tough. So I play a lot of stuff, one finger. If I can use 2 and keep them straight, I can play pretty well.
Yeah.
So it's a struggle. But my wife found a woman in Spain, Ruth Childs, who's been helping me a lot. I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to exercising, and I don't do the exercises every day like I should.
Yeah.
But this is my year that I'm really working on it.
Nice.
And I've gotten to the place where I can bring my hand up to the bass without it clenching. For a while, I could think of the bass and my hand would clench. And as I would bring it to the neck, these would fold. I couldn't even bring it up to my arm,
Right.
but now I can.
Yeah.
And I can even do this on my arm. It's still trying to do that,
Yeah.
but I'm better.
Yeah.
Gotten to the place where I can play on the instrument without pushing the strings down.
Okay.
Fairly well. I can feel my fingers starting to clench, but I can move around the bass without pushing.
Yeah.
As soon as I push, they want to go the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So Ruth Childs has helped me get that far.
Okay.
And a lot of it is not avoiding the fact that I have it. Don't try to push it away. In many cases, when my hands would clench, she would have me not hold it there, but tune into it. What does it feel like? I realize, oh, my mouth is tense. My shoulders are up. I'm breathing up here. And I'm realizing all this stuff. If I just shook it away, I wouldn't realize that. She would have me sit with it. And she says, because a lot of people treat dystonia as a muscular thing or whatever. And I was getting back exercises and stuff. And I do think that's good, stretches, but it's the brain doing it.
Right.
Because my fingers work until I think of the bass.
Yeah.
So what Ruth is doing is helping get into that deep-seated part of the brain that's causing it and let it fix it,
Okay.
whether I know where that place is or not.
Yeah.
It's pretty ingenious what she
interesting.
does, but I have to do the work.
Right.
I have to do it. I've had dystonia now, I know, 25 years minimum.
Wow.
I just knew when I was getting with the flectones were starting to hit, my fingers were getting sluggish.
Right.
I just thought I need to practice.
Yeah.
And I would practice more, get worse. That was the worst thing to do. It got worse.
Yeah.
So I have not lived all my musical goals where I was trying to go with the bass. What was one of the things that makes me so happy to see you
Sure.
is that here's a guy that's taking it further where I wanted to go.
Okay. Yeah.
And I realized that a lot of my fans have never seen me play without dystonia.
Right.
So my belief, my whatever, stronger than belief, is that it's going to come back. I'm going to get it back.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm going to help a lot of other people. And it's because I have not been silent about my focal dystonia. I'm not ashamed of it. It doesn't stop me from playing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not quiet. That people have come to me, and some in secret. And I believe I hope I can get through it enough to where I am going to be able to help others with it.
Yeah.
Because people tell me there's no cure, and I know there is. If it can go wrong, it can go right.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the right. I'm not looking for the placebo. I'm not looking for the Band-Aid. Because I could get Botox injections and it would feel normal. I know people who do it.
Okay.
But you have to get them every few months. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's not the cure. I want to find the cure.
It's more like a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But I know the cure is out there. We just have to find it. And I'm on that team.
Wow.
Right? So yeah, there's a lot of people out there who have been reaching out about dystonia.
Yeah.
I say don't let it stop you from playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. No, I can't play like I used to. Right? But if I hurt my leg and couldn't walk like I used to, but I could still walk, I would still walk.
Yeah.
Right? I can still play. I can't play like I used to, but I still enjoy playing. So don't let it stop.
Do you think there have been any benefits that have come from it? Like, has it changed your style in a positive way?
Yes.
And has it allowed you to creatively overcome other challenges in your life?
It has totally affected me in a positive way.
Okay.
By focusing again on what the bass is really supposed to do.
Yeah.
One note at a time.
Yeah.
You know, it's also turned me into a beginner again. You know, it's forcing me to do all the things I tell students to do.
Yeah.
It's forcing me to do it.
Yeah.
Slow down. What the dystonia has done is caused me to have the beginner's mind again.
Yeah.
I'm so now used to being a teacher. I teach at Berkeley, you know, I do clinics, I'm writing books, and I'm telling people what to do. And it's like life is saying, okay, prove it. You do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm like, okay, slow down. Do it over. Just do it slow. And I just want to be playing again, you know. I have to remember, and my friend Ruth is, slow down, just do it slow. I'm a total beginner again now. I mean literally, playing a major scale, C major, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Pushing the strings down got to the place where it was almost impossible.
Wow.
I can kind of do it now. I just mean simple. I can do it if I don't push the strings down, but still pushing them down, nearly impossible.
Technique is like one of the 10 elements of music, right?
Sure.
So the other 9, you've still got all of that, you know, like you've got all of that harmonic knowledge and the feel of all the different rhythms and everything. So it's not like all of that's gone away.
No,
yeah.
It's just the technique.
Yeah.
It's just a technique. And I really don't need all that technique to play a good bass line.
Yeah.
Uptown Funk I could do with one finger.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's allowing me, especially now that I'm touring with the Wooten brothers, my brothers, I get to focus on being a bass player.
Yeah.
Not the soloist, not the trickster. I get to play one note at a time.
Yeah.
And it's allowing me to focus on it. Now I a lot of times have to do it one finger at a time, but I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's really causing me to go back and focus on simplicity. You don't have to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And I like it, but it's still frustrating.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How often do you play metal? Will you play with Octavision again?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question. I don't play metal much.
Yeah.
And Octavision, it was a great project. And what a lot of people may not realize, there's a beautiful bass player. She's maybe 12, cute little girl named Ellen.
Yeah.
Her dad is the one that did Octavision.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Hovak. This guy is amazing on the guitar.
Okay.
And he put out this record with Octavision. And the bass players on that are Billy Sheehan and myself on his album.
Yeah.
But it's Ellen's dad. He's phenomenal. So I'm very thankful that I got to do that. I also got to play with Michelangelo and Nitro, I think it is.
Okay.
But I don't think that stuff ever came out. I think Michelangelo maybe used one of the tracks on a solo record of his. I haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
But I just got to play through Bootsy. I played on a Buckethead song.
Okay. Very cool.
And so I got to do that. So I hope I get to do more metal.
Yeah.
But the way I have to record right now is I use Pro Tools. I can't play it all the way through.
Sure.
In many cases, I'm recording 1 and 2 notes at a time.
Okay.
And I've become the edit king. I can punch like Muhammad Ali and Tyson in Pro Tools because I can't play clean that stuff.
Sure.
But it's still me. I'm happy that I get to do it because I love it.
Do you listen to much metal?
I used to listen to more. I just started, after I saw Tool live, I started listening to that more. I got to see Metallica, Meshuggahs. I got the names mixed up. Megadeth.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fan, but it's not something that I listen to regularly.
Sure.
But do I listen to it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
There's a lot of great rhythms in metal. It's often very rhythmically focused. So, yeah.
The band I really wanted to be in was when David Lee Roth left Van Halen, and he got Steve Vai, Greg Bissonette on drums, and Billy Sheehan on bass. Oh, I was lucky enough, and I didn't know it at the time. I saw their first show as a band touring.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was my jam, man. I was like, man, I want to be in that band. Billy Sheehan and Steve Vai, and oh man, I love that.
Do you have any future plans that you're excited about? Sure. What's the upcoming Victor Wooten schedule looking like?
Sure. The main thing I'm working on is a record with my brothers.
Okay.
We haven't done our records in 40 years. Oh, wow. Over 40 years since that early bad record deal with Arista Records. Right. So one of our brothers, Rudy, the saxophone player, passed away in 2010. I'm 60 and I'm the baby of the brothers. So this may be our final chance to do it. Yeah. So we're working on music. We found some music. That's a whole nother story, how we found music that we recorded as kids in a real studio, and it has our brother Rudy on it. And we were good as kids. So this music is good. We're finally going to release it. Some of it we are adding to it. So we're literally in the studio with our younger selves. But there's some stuff with Rudy playing 2 saxes at the time, like Rassan Roller. Yeah. It's going to blow your mind.
Nice.
So we're close to finishing up that record. But I'm also these days being invited into the whole world of music as medicine.
Okay.
So I got a grant with a doctor who runs a lab at Yale. And we are in the middle right now, or towards the end rather, of a music study where we're playing live music to early dementia patients.
Okay.
And we've chosen music with this, with care. Each participant gets to choose a song they want to hear at the concert. So we learn the song. Actually, I'm not even playing. I helped put together the band, but we've chosen songs for a certain reason. We want to make sure there's a couple songs they've never heard, we know they never had, but songs that they love. And so we're doing these concerts and they're wired up and getting all their vital signs and all that stuff being studied while they're listening to music. Yeah. Because science is starting to find out what we already know, that this stuff is good for us.
Yeah.
It's what the ancient cultures totally knew, But science is now starting to figure it out. And I'm hoping that once they figure it out, they're going to realize its true value to the world. And maybe money will be put back into it. Maybe it'll stop getting taken out of schools. But there are tons of studies that show that kids that learn music do better in society, do better in school, do better in academics.
Yeah.
But we're still taking money out of the arts.
Right.
Hopefully science will say, no, we got to put the money back in.
Yeah.
And I believe we are for a few short years away of being able to prescribe music as medicine. Listen to this song, listen to this type of music.
Yeah.
Which is why for me it is so important, for me, it doesn't have to be you, but for me to write songs that you are better for listening to write lyrics that you are better for singing.
Yeah.
You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire say you're a shining star no matter who you are. I may not even have to know what that means, but I'm better. Sly Stone, everybody is a star.
Yeah.
Right? And I like to say James Brown, when it wasn't safe for black people to say, I'm black and I'm proud, we could sing it.
Yeah.
Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. So music has a way of reaching people in a way that's okay.
Yeah, it lets you say things that you might not otherwise be able to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And the people that don't vote the same way, don't have the same religion, they'll sing right along with you.
Yeah.
Right? When we're at the Tool concert, I don't have to ask, who'd you vote for before I sit down? Well, how much money you make? What religion? What? No, we're all jamming together when the music plays. That's the power that we have of bringing the world together, which is why I say get really good at this.
Yeah, great. I think that's the perfect place to end. So thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. I'm a fan.
Thanks.
Thank you.